there's been a lot of stuff happening with this YouTuber that goes by the name of TheQuartering. A lot out here allegedly reporting channels. Now, we didn't see the actual report, but he did damn near say that he was going to get certain channels taken down as a threat. And then when coincidentally the channels went down, he was like, what? That wasn't me. Look at these 3 channels. I own like 100 channels. Look at these reports from these 3 channels that it couldn't have been me, even though I have multiple channels. And then even leaked that YouTube sent him a thanks for the report message or I guess his email. It's crazy, but you guys sent me an update video, so let's see what's happening with TheQuartering. I'm not a fan of him. I used to watch his stuff, and then I started realizing how crazy he was. So let's check it out. Don't forget to hit that like button and the hype button.
I promise I'm going to take a break from the Jeremy content after this one, but there have been a few developments and updates I wanted to talk about because even despite his best efforts to let this shit blow over, it has very clearly gotten to him and he's only made the situation worse. Who could have seen this coming? What's everybody, it's TheQuartering, and today I would like to open the video with a sincere apology to Matt Jarbo. I compared TheQuartering to Mundane Matt several times in my last update video, and I just want to come out and say that that was really unfair and fucked up for me to do that to Matt. Matt, you did not deserve that. Quartering has transcended Matt Jarbo when it comes to the flaggatry and that kind of behavior with taking down content and videos of other people whose opinions he doesn't like. It's incredibly cringe. And honestly, at the very least, Mundane Matt apologized, took accountability, got fucked up on the internet for 10 years, everybody making fun of him, pointing and laughing, turning him into an irrelevant little cow for a decade, and now he's coming back. And honestly, it's a redemption arc that he deserves, so I just wanted to get that out of the way. That being said, Quartering has not fared much better since the last video. He's put out another official statement. Melanie Mack has put out an 8-minute video defending Quartering.
Quartering need to just shut up. Like, for real, he's becoming a locale because all his reactions is what a locale would do. Keep feeding it, right? So now people going to talk about it. This person's reporting on it. That's for if I'm reacting to it. It's crazy.
And she turned the comments off of it so no one can say anything about it. His Twitter account is still censored. He will not open the replies. They are all locked unless you're a subscriber / verified follower of his. And if you do manage to break through the ranks, he's gone on a crazy blocking spree. People are posting their Medal of Valor of Quartering blocking them all over the place. But he has continued to flag. I think the most egregious one is a individual who has a channel that is a similar size to mine. His name is Luther Morgan. And a few days ago, Luther Morgan's video going after Coffee Brand Coffee, it got flagged down for some reason. He did re-upload it yesterday and it has received over 11,000 views. So whatever the fuck he thought he was going to achieve by bullying Luther Morgan, it didn't work.
It made it bigger. It made more people hear of it. So it's definitely working out in a bad way for him, bro. It's because he keeps, I guess, doing these low-cal reactions.
So the good news is that he was able to re-upload it and it didn't stay permanently down. But I think that also just kind of goes to show that Quartering is the one behind it. He got caught for flagging it and then he hasn't touched the re-upload yet. If he does, we'll know.
You said you stop paying attention to Jeremy Hambler years ago. What did he do? Well, pretty much he went after this channel, right? There's these streamers that talk about him because he keeps giving them fuel to talk about him. Also, who cares? It's the internet. He talks about people nonstop. Like, I mean, videos he did about Brie Larson anyway. Just a plethora of them. But he was so upset by this that he went on his like long Twitter rant and was like, I'm gonna get your channels taken down. I got the connections. I'm gonna talk to some people. And then guess what happened the next day? Their channels got taken down. And then he's like, it wasn't me. Why would y'all think it was? Why would y'all think it was me? Because you said you was gonna do it. You said you had certain connections. Oh, look at the report history for like these 3 channels. I own way more, by the way. But Look at for only these three. And then also, why would it show in the report history if you said you have friends that were connected at YouTube? So that's pretty much what's been going on as a brief recap. And how you doing, Pug? How are you? You said yes, some mundane Matt-ish, 100%. 100%.
But I would like to point out that on his Coffee Brand Coffee Amazon site, the thing that I had pointed out that was suspicious about his coffee, besides the fact that the reviews were AI, the other thing I pointed out is that every single item on his store, every product had the exact same reviews, had the exact same rating of 4.7 stars. Every single item, regardless of how many people had reviewed it or had left a rating, they were all the exact same. Since my video went up, the numbers have varied. Now we're seeing a much more realistic, ranging from 3.8 up to 5 stars, and plenty of variation in between, which is much more natural looking. And a lot more reviews have come in that are negative, which is interesting. And, you know, it makes sense because, again, this coffee company is very clearly dropship. The thing that tips it off for me, which is just anecdotal to...
I wouldn't be drinking nothing at TheQuartering selling. So I don't know how he thought that was going to work. I wouldn't drink anything TheQuartering sold.
To be fair, TheQuartering is the type of person who likes to show off what he's got. When he got the shed made from the Brie Larson income from the 9,000 videos he made about her, he took multiple pictures of the Brie shed, his saltwater aquarium, his new basement setup, all his new sets, his fucking racetrack. Anytime he has something he's proud of, anytime he's accomplished something, he wants to show people to say, look, I can do things, I'm accomplished. For him to have this coffee company that he is so proud of, that he's built up over the course of years, to never take pictures with his employees, to never take pictures of himself at the coffee site itself, says to me this shit is very clearly dropship. But Luther Morgan's video made that extremely clear because the coffee is apparently manufactured in Arizona, and addresses that are listed that are publicly available for Coffee Brand Coffee, we have Utah, we have Wisconsin, but nothing that is where coffee would be manufactured. The Wisconsin location is just an office building, so it's pretty obvious he is not the owner of this company, and I genuinely hope he tries to challenge this or provide some sort of proof that otherwise. But aside from that, he put out a public post a few days ago, once again claiming that him and his family have been attacked. So 3 days ago, TheQuartering put out this YouTube post that says, hey guys, I know this week has been pretty insane. The internet is doing what the internet does. The disgusting rumors about my wife and marriage are of course not true, lol. We've been doxxed. People have been showing up at our house. Disgusting Photoshop pictures of my wife are circulating the internet, and well, just about everyone has jumped in. My friends have been doxxed. My in-laws are dealing with online psychos. They're emailing my sponsors, have tried striking down dozens of my videos, and are sending stuff to my house. Everyone is just pretending it's all jokes, but if half of this stuff happened to any of them, they would be singing a different tune. We've had to involve law enforcement over some of this insanity too. Some of the stuff I can't even talk about, and honestly, I don't want to because it will just encourage more of it. What they really want is for me to fill up my channel with videos arguing with them.
But you are talking about, what are you... Yo, this nigga is dense. I don't want to talk about this because it's going to just fuel in. So I'm going to talk about it though.
This post alone will give all these people who used to pretend they were my friends another video to make. Every time I debunk one lie, they just make up a different one. Everything I refute, they just move the goalposts. Apparently, I have the power to summarily ban any video making fun of me, yet thousands were pumped out this week alone, and oddly, they remain live. LOL. It's a full-blown cancel mob from dozens of channels that purport to be anti-cancel culture. One thing I can say is being on the receiving end of it, I fully regret ever taking part in this stuff, which I have done in the past and won't be doing again. I will forever be very careful about jumping on this kind of thing ever again, unless it's Hassan, I suppose. Not looking for sympathy, but if you're looking for me to engage with you...
Did he just say, oh, he's a piece of crap. You're not going to do this again unless it's Hassan? Yeah. Yeah, he's the worst. This guy here is crazy. Did I play the nasty song? And I don't even like Hassan.
Yeah. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, yeah. You know your name.
these people, I'm not going to be doing that. They don't want an apology. They want control. There are loads of videos critical of me online. They've been there for years. If you really believe I spend every waking hour taking down every video critical of me, I mean, there's an ocean of evidence against that, lol. I don't care if people are critical of me. What's going on right now is just the internet doing its thing. I get it. I apologize to my wife who's been enduring disgusting stuff, so much so that now she is terrified to answer the door because psychos are showing up to our home, to my co-hosts on my live stream because they too have been getting insane harassment for literally no reason, to my family for having to deal with weirdos, and I apologize to all of you who just want to get the news and don't have any idea why the comments turned into a war zone. Don't bother engaging on my behalf. These people are not engaging in good faith. I'm going to stick to what I do, and that's report the news and try to give you my take. And then he posts a picture of himself and his wife at a public place in a bar because he learned nothing. So there's a lot going on with this post. First of all, Quartering has claimed multiple times that they've been doxxed and that people have shown up to his house, but he has not provided any proof for evidence of this. He's just saying it. That doesn't mean anything. And the thing is, he could prove it. And I know that he could, because when he did get swatted around the same time that Tim Pool had gotten swatted, he posted a screenshot from his security camera of when the cops had shown up. That's the only reason we know that that actually happened. So he's capable of providing evidence, but he won't. He's claiming people are emailing his sponsors. The only thing I can think of would be Rumble, because people have directly gone to the CEO and told him what's going on and asked him for his take on why this free speech warrior of his is no longer supporting free speech, and the CEO is trying to wash his hands of it. I know that Jeremy has been taken down from featured content on Rumble, and they replaced him with old White House broadcasts, so I think they're trying to distance themselves from Jeremy. He claims that he's never going to do this drama shit anymore, but then immediately says he's still going to do it if it's about Hassan Piker. So it's very clear that he was just doing it for the grift. He was just doing it to make a quick buck, and the only reliable hate train is going to be against Hassan Piker for him. So you can't say you're never going to do it again and then decide you're definitely going to keep doing it anyways just for this one guy. Just shut up. You know you're going to keep doing it. It's very obvious that he can't stand.
So he pretty much just admitted to being a grifter. That's not crazy to y'all. He just blatantly admitted, like, yeah, I'm grifting. That's what I'm doing. I'm out here grifting my ass off. I'm TheQuartering, and I ain't never been about nothing. I'm never going to do nothing like that. That's crazy. I don't grift. My opinion is my opinion. I'm not jumping on hate trains. If you guys want me to, look into something and give my opinion, it is what it is. If I see something that I find interesting and I want to give my opinion, it is what it is. I'm not jumping on no trains, or grifting. Just be like, yeah, I'm still grift off Hassan. What? I give commentary to Hassan because he's nasty. And it's funny.
Not jumping onto the dog pile. The only problem is when it gets turned around onto himself. So this is all pretty pathetic, but Quartering's videos have drastically reduced in number. He had a full weekend off where he didn't post anything. And when he has been uploading, he's only doing 2 or 3 videos a day. The views continue to diminish. You have 2 million subscribers and you can't break 100,000 on multiple videos when you used to do minimum 100K on every single one. Jeremy has just fallen so fucking far. The entire sector is turned against him. All his former buddies who he shat on, Nerdrotic, Geeks and Gamers, Yellow Flash, they've all done live streams making fun of him and going after him for refusing to actually acknowledge what's gone wrong. And his statement about people are moving the goalposts and they just want control. No, you want control. It's another self-report. He wants to control the narrative. He wants to be able to decide whose video is going to stay up and whose go down. Otherwise, he wouldn't have flagged 7 different channels, or his supporters wouldn't have flagged 7 different channels. You want to control the narrative and you can't. And it's freaked you out so much that you've locked down your Twitter, you're limiting your live stream chat, you're refusing to engage with this because you just want to bury your head in the sand, cover your ears, and wait for it to blow over. The problem is every single thing you've done to prove your innocence has backfired. You showed all these different channels proving that they haven't flagged anything except for the one channel that we got the screenshot of the email saying thank you for your report. You claim you're not flagging anybody down, and then you have a detailed detailed discussion with Josh Moon about how you can get this shit taken down by going to your YouTube connections within the company. Nothing that TheQuartering says or does is genuine. He has tried to weasel his way out of this, and people aren't letting it go because he hasn't actually addressed it. He needs to take Jarbo's advice and make a dedicated video discussing the situation. And if he did flag somebody down, take accountability for it. The fact that he's refused to engage with this and come out and actually admit what he did wrong, if he did something wrong, or condemned his followers, or used his YouTube connections to unban or remove the flags of this content that has gone down that's about him and his company, it says a lot. He's doing all this bragging about how he can destroy people's channels by using his YouTube connections. Well, then use your fucking YouTube connections to bring their shit back, dude. It can go both ways. The fact that he's unwilling or has not, as far as
I've seen Ethan Klein do that a few times. I think I remember there being a time where like YouTube's taking out a bunch of people's commentary and a lot of bigger channels were getting in trouble. And I remember Ethan Klein just being like, hey, who need help? You need help? Hold on. Let me. And then one by one was getting people's channels back. I remember that. I forgot what year it was though. So if you in that type of time quartering, you got those connections, how you could prove that, you know, it's not you and maybe you're not a piece of crap is, how about you just start helping people? Help them get their channels. Use your connections for good.
we know attempted to reach out to YouTube to overturn this stuff, says to me that he's a petty bitch because he doesn't want it up in the first place. So with that being said, I think the writing is probably on the wall for the podcast. I hope it comes down sooner rather than later, because frankly, if you're going to defend your boss for going against everything he claims to believe in and everything you claim to believe in, you know, karma's a bitch. You'll get what's coming to you, which in this case, one would hope is the end of a very uneventful and uninteresting podcast. But with that, all I really can say at this point is Jeremy has learned absolutely nothing. More content has been flagged down. More people's accounts have been blocked. He's refused to take accountability for anything. The only good thing is that now we can actually see the negative reviews on his shitty coffee. So Jeremy, just make an apology video, get your shit back in order. This will actually go by. But until he's willing to take accountability for his behavior, nothing's going to change. So I hope.
Yeah, I don't think anything is going to change. Not from TheQuartering, if I'm just being honest. But that's my opinion. Tell me what yours is down in the comment section. Hit the hype button. Share the video as well. Also, check out my live streams. That's right, I said live stream. Go and check that out. I'll leave them up on the channel.